Hello everyone, my name is James and welcome back to another video, and in this video we're going to be talking about Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen and who is likely to have the advantage at the upcoming Brazilian Grand Prix. Now, if you enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and also subscribe for more Formula 1 content. But without further ado, let's jump straight into the video. So first of all, let's take a look at the circuit. Now, it's 4.3 kilometers in length and is made up of 15 corners. In the first sector, it's made up of the start-finish straight and another DRS straight, and in between, the famous Center S section. Then going into sector 2, it's made up of low to medium speed corners, and then going into the final sector, you've got a curved bend that you can take flat out, which takes you back onto the start-finish straight. So between Mercedes and Red Bull, who is likely to have the advantage at this circuit? Well, in my opinion, it's got to be Red Bull. One of the reasons for that is simply the location of the circuit. It's around 800 meters above sea level, so it's a high altitude circuit, and that is going to suit Red Bull more than it is Mercedes. I mean, we've seen this before with Red Bull this season. Their car is much better suited to thinner air than Mercedes is. I mean, look at Austria, for example. Red Bull totally outclassed Mercedes there, and most recently in Mexico, Red Bull did the exact same thing. And they're both high altitude circuits like Brazil. And one other thing you can expect at these types of circuits is for there to be higher temperatures. So we can expect going into the Brazilian Grand Prix that there may be hotter track conditions, and that is going to suit Red Bull more than it is Mercedes. We know the Red Bull car comes alive in these types of conditions. They perform really well and they seem to be able to keep their temperatures under control, most recently proven at the Mexican Grand Prix. And to compare that to Mercedes, they're not as good as Red Bull, and they also seem to struggle with a bit of overheating, and also their front tyres just seem to overheat a bit. And we saw that at the Mexican Grand Prix with Mercedes. So I think in Brazil, just purely on location alone, it's suiting Red Bull more than it is Mercedes. And on top of that, you've got to look at the fact that Brazil is a very high downforce circuit. As I say, there are a lot of low to medium speed corners around the place. And that's similar to what it is in Mexico. And look what happened there. Mercedes could just not keep up with Red Bull. We know the Red Bull car is better suited to tracks that require higher downforce than Mercedes, and Mercedes are better suited to circuits that require more power. In Mexico, you did have that first sector where you had an extremely long start-finish straight and a fairly long straight after that, where Mercedes could try and find some time, but it didn't work for them. And going into Brazil, there are just no long straights at all. It's a track very much made up of corners, and I think Mercedes are just going to struggle compared to Red Bull because of it. You know, I think at this circuit, Mercedes are going to have to put a lot more wing on the car to get better turn-in, and that's going to make the car more draggy, and that's not how the car is really suited compared to Red Bull, which really favours that type of setup. So overall, I think this could be quite a tough weekend for Mercedes, but I think if there's anything going in their favour, is that they could disrupt Red Bull in qualifying. We saw at the Mexican Grand Prix, Mercedes take a front row lockout. That was just not expected at all. But I think what may have happened is that Red Bull were more focusing on the race, and maybe Mercedes made a car that was better suited to qualifying, and that's how they managed to get ahead of Red Bull on the Saturday. So maybe going into Brazil, that's maybe where Mercedes should focus. And that, of course, is if I'm right and Red Bull are extremely strong in Brazil. And if they are, as I say, I think Mercedes should put all their efforts into qualifying, because if they could secure a front row lockout, it really could harm Red Bull in the race. That's if they get off the grid well. I mean, we know what happened in Mexico with Verstappen managing to get the lead going into turn 1 and Bottas being spun around at the first corner, and also not really defending hard enough against Verstappen, and also spinning at the first corner. So it really wasn't a good start for Mercedes at all. But let's say they do lock out the front row. If they can get off the grid well and lead going into turn 1 ahead of Red Bull, they could pull off different strategies, and that could annoy Red Bull. And on top of that, it's a difficult circuit to overtake on, is Brazil. So if Mercedes are in front, it could annoy Red Bull's race even more. And this may not count for anything, but Hamilton has been good around this circuit in the past. I think one of his best performances was in 2017. I think he started from the pit lane in that race, and he managed to get himself up to P4. And that was a really good effort, considering that it is quite difficult to overtake around the circuit. There aren't many overtaking opportunities, aside from really going into turn 1 or going into turn 4. But overall, guys, I do feel it will be advantage Verstappen and Red Bull in Brazil. I think the location of the circuit and its higher downforce nature is just better suited to the car than it is Mercedes. And on top of that, I do feel Red Bull probably have learned their mistakes from qualifying in Mexico and will try not to repeat them in Brazil. But guys, what do you think? Let me know in the comments below. But that's going to be the video from me today. Thank you ever so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for more videos, and until the next one, take care. Bye.